Good morning. I am Stampin' Dee. I'm Deanna Blackman. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And my business page is Stampin' Dee's Doings. And that's where this video is being recorded. And then I will move it to YouTube. So thank you for watching. If you're watching live, thank you for being here. And be sure and comment and let me know that you're here. And if you're watching the replay, thank you for doing that. I really appreciate it. And I love knowing who is watching the replay. So please let me know that you're here. And if you're watching the YouTube video, I so appreciate my YouTube followers. And I love hearing from you. So let me know where you're from and if you've used this set or not. This set, Latte Love, is an online exclusive. It can be found on our website, on the Stampin' Up! Website. You can go to my business page and find the, just search online exclusives, and they'll come up. Everything that can be purchased as an online exclusive will come up, and it's so fun to go through those because they add things all the time, and something that you might assume went away because it's not in the catalog anymore, or maybe it shows to be unavailable. You might find it on the online exclusive, so be sure and go there and check that out. And like I said, you can find that on my business page, on my shopping page, and that's just deannablackman.stampinup.net. And thank you for doing that. And if you don't have a demonstrator, I would love to be that person for you. I would love to help you out. I would love to answer your questions and help you make choices and encourage you. And so thank you for doing that. And I see that there are a couple of people on, so be sure to let me know who you are that you're watching. So this week, it's the first Thursday of the month. And the first Thursday of every month, I introduce the stamp club for that month, the monthly stamp club. And this is something that it's not in person. It is an online to-go class, and every month I feature a different bundle, and this month it's Latte Love. And if you have not used this, if you have not really looked into this bundle, I hope by the end of this video that you're really going to be in love with it, because I'm in love with it. You can make feminine cards. You can make masculine cards. You can do coffee. You can do tea. You can do hot chocolate. So it really covers everybody and everything. So, and it's fun to play with. Now, the monthly stamp club includes 8 kits, 8 card kits, 2 each of 4 designs, and I'm going to show you the 4 cards this morning. So you get 8 card kits. Now, I have to tell you that those card kits include everything except the stamping. So I cannot include the stamping per Stampin' Up! Guidelines. So if you do not have the Latte Love kit and you want to get it, let me know. I'll order it for you, and I'll pay the shipping and the tax for that. Or if you don't have it and you're just not ready to get it, then substitute something that you do have. You'll get all the paper pre-cut. You'll get all the dies, but you won't get any stamping. So you can find another beverage set that you've got, or even another anything, a flower, an animal, anything to put on these. So And you'll use your own sentiments because, you know, I can't include stamping those. So they won't necessarily be coffee related. But if you're a coffee lover like I am, oh my goodness, I have to have my cup of coffee every morning. And I don't drink coffee during the day normally, but I need to have my coffee in the morning. Good morning, Kay. Do you have your coffee? I've got my coffee right here. So thank you for being here this morning. And so for $35, you get 8 card kits. You'll get I'll email the tutorial to you. It'll be a full color tutorial. And you will also get $20 to $25 in free products besides your card kits. And so this time, the free products that you get will be a package of a Little Latte Designer Series paper. So let me show you this paper. Now, I didn't have enough of mine left to show you front and back at the same time. So let me spread it out here. And, all right, here we go. So here you get 12 sheets of paper, 2 of each. This coffee splatter paper, isn't that awesome? And then there's this coffee swirl, and there's this, a lighter one with the petal pink, and then this one with the darker colors. And then this sheet, you can fussy cut these or use them like this, or you'll see the back side here in a minute. And this one is coffee beans. Isn't that cool? And then this one is another sheet with looking straight down at your coffee or hot chocolate or hot tea cups. So you can fussy cut these and use them on cards, or you can use the back side. Now let me turn these over. All right. So the Lost Lagoon, Pool Party Lost Lagoon type stripe is on the back of the coffee splotch. And then on the back of the light colored swirl, you have this design. On the back of the dark colored swirl, you have an orange. Let's see. Let me see what color that is. I think it's Calypso Coral. It is. It's Calypso Coral. And coffee beans. And then on the back of the big mugs, you have little bitty mugs and spoons and coffee beans. So just a very small print. On the back of the coffee beans, you have this gorgeous lemon lolly Calypso Coral plaid. And then on the back of this coffee mug, you have these swirls. And these make such great backgrounds for your cards. So you get a package, a full package of these, as well as a package of the adhesive backed swirl dots. And some of the papers will be used on your cards, and so you'll cut those out. You'll get the directions. These swirl dots will also be used on your cards, and so you'll use from your swirl dots, but you're going to have plenty left over. Adhesive backed swirl dots. All right, so all of that, and the cards include the envelopes, all of that for $35. Now, if you choose to include the bundle, and I did not go look up the online price of the bundle. Let me do that real quick and see what it is. I think it's $50-something, but I'm not sure. So hold on a minute, and I'm going to look that up. Latte Love. All right. The bundle is $46.75. That's a really good price for the bundle, $46.75. And so let me show you what is included in this bundle, or in this bundle. So your dies, as you can see, you've got the upright coffee cup, and you've got the, looking down from the top coffee cup, you've got the splatter, the blotches, and you've got the coffee beans and a single coffee bean. These are fillers to go in your mug. And this is just the swirly pattern, and these are the smoke, the aroma coming off your coffee. This is a filler for this. And your spoon. And then, hello there, let's catch up. Thanks so much. This one's on me, and you're the best part of my day. So really, you could use those anywhere. You could use those anywhere. Well, along with these awesome stamps, you get the die cut, the die which will cut this, and this cuts out the center so that you can add a little bit of dimension to it and add the center to it. Stamp it on a separate piece of paper and add that dimension to it. This is the die for the little mugs. Now you've got dies for 2 little mugs in here. You don't have stamps for that, but this is the center for those 2 little mugs. This cuts the big mug. This cuts the spoon. This cuts the center for the big mug. So once you stamp it, you see this cuts the center for it. So you can stamp this directly onto it, or you can stamp it separately, cut it out, and add it. And it gives it a little different look. Then you've got the dies for your coffee beans, 2 for this group, and 3 for this one. Now, the fun part are the added, this is like a press, a coffee press. What do they call it? A coffee press. That's what this is. And this would cut the inside. And this would cut the coffee in it. And I'm going to show you a card how to put these together. Let me do this over here. And then you've also got a carafe. So you've got this, you've got the coffee for the inside, you've got the handle. Let me get this. The handle for it. And the lid for it. So they've thought of everything, and they've given you so many options, so many ways to do it. All right. So then you've got the spoon die to cut out the spoon as well. So I think that's it. Great bundle. Lots of different ways that you can use this bundle. And well worth the $56. So if you decide to order the bundle through me with your club fee, you'll pay $35 for the club, and you'll pay $56 for this, and I take care of the shipping and tax, and that's another $7, $8 savings for you. So not only do you get your $25 worth, or $20 to $25 worth of free products, but you get the savings for your bundle. So let me know if you want to participate in this month's stamp club. So let's look at some of the samples. All right, this first sample, let's see. We'll do this one. This first sample is a bright, cheery one. And it is using the press, the coffee press. So what I did was I cut let me get the die. Make this. So I cut this part out of window sheet. It's turned this way, actually. So I cut it out of a window sheet. And we have Stampin' Up! Has the window sheets. And this set is a great opportunity to use those window sheets to do these coffee pots. So that part is out of the window sheet, so it's clear. And then the next part is this part, and I cut it out of Pebbled Path for this one. So see how it just kind of fits on the window sheet, and it leaves these areas clear. So it looks like a coffee pot. And then I cut the center out of Early Espresso, or the coffee in here out of Early Espresso. So it's so easy to put together. It looks hard, but it's not. It is so easy to put together. So that's how this one is done. You will get all of these pieces already pre-cut. You will get the circle out of the Everyday Details pre-cut. You'll have the paper already, so you will cut your piece out. Now, I used my deckled rectangle to cut this. You can use whatever you've got. If you've got the stitched rectangles, the deckled rectangles, if you just want to cut it, the dimensions will be in your tutorial. You'll get these already cut out. You'll get ribbon. You'll have the gems. These are the the lighter colored gems. You'll get the sentiment square, and you'll get this piece. You may choose, if you're not using this set, you may choose to use a different size sentiment piece. So you get all of that, and I'll set that one there. Now the next one is using the other coffee pot. So let me show you how to do that. Again, I used, where's my piece? Hold on, here it is. Where is my piece? So again, I'm using the window sheet, and I cut that out of the window sheet using this die right here. And then the Very Vanilla die is several things. It's this one, the handle. Let me turn it over. It's the handle right there, and the lid. Okay, those two things. How easy is that? The handle and the lid I cut out of Very Vanilla. And then Early Espresso, I cut the coffee that's in the pot. All right? So that is that one. Let me put these back over here. Very easy, but that's how I did that one. And the card is done. The card front is using the Countryside Corners. And I just cut 3 little windows out, put the swirly paper behind it, cut out you'll get these mugs already cut out. You'll get the coffee beans already cut out. You'll get all of this already cut out. There's no stamping there. The only thing that you won't have, the coffee beans will not be stamped. So you'll get them. You can stamp them if you want. You can draw the lines in if you want. And this is stamped with the blotch. You'll just get the plain paper. You can do what you want with it. And then the sentiment, you'll get the sentiment piece, but not the sentiment stamp. You'll get the ribbon. You already have the gems, the dots, and on that one I used the middle color. So I used the Calypso Corally color. It's not, but all right, that's your second card. Let's see. Some of these have an inside. Yes, the inside of this one is just stamped. You'll get the piece, and you can stamp it with whatever you want. All right, your third card is using the Nature's Sweetness Designer Series paper. So it's also using this, It's an online exclusive crosshatch. It's an online exclusive embossing folder. So you'll get this piece already embossed. And on this one, then I stamped and die cut the coffee. So you'll get the die cut. You may choose to just use something else there if you don't have this set. Then this is also from Nature's Sweetness, and it will already be cut and the holes punched. You'll get the faux leather trim, but you'll have to put it through. The sentiment piece, this piece of Designer Series paper, I just tore the edge to give it more of a masculine look, and then I tore the edge of the sentiment piece as well. And you'll also get the linen thread. All right, that's card number 3. And card number 4. This one is made this way, and it has the stamping inside, just like the front. So this one has a lot of stamping on it. You'll get this piece. If you don't have the set and don't purchase it, you can put whatever you want right here, and it'll still be, and then put the same thing inside. It'll still be an awesome card. You'll get all the pieces to put this together. This is embossed. It's embossed using Versamark and the white embossing powder. And then I used my blending brush just to go over it just a little bit to bring out the sentiment. And this is the one that we're going to do together today. So let's do that. Let's move these aside. Aren't these cards awesome? I absolutely love this set. In fact, I love it so much that I'm also doing my an in-house workshop on I believe it's the 13th of April, and this weekend you need to RSVP by this weekend. If you're local and you want to come to that, we'll do it at 9:30 in the morning on that Saturday morning, and you'll make six more coffee cards, 2 each of 3 designs, and they'll be totally different from these. So join us for that. All right, so for this, we need a card base, and that card base is going to be 11 by 4 1/4, and it's scored at 5 1/2. So you'll want to, I'm looking for my bone folder. You'll want to fold that and give it a good burnish so that it'll lay nice and flat. And the next thing we're going to use is going to be, well, you'll have an inside piece that's 5 1/4 by 4. And we're going to stamp on that for the inside. And then you're going to have this front piece that is 5 1/4 by 3 1/4. It's this piece right here. So what we're going to do with that is we're going to stamp it. We're going to use the flat stamp, or the one that you look down from the top. Now let me get my stamps out. So we're going to use this one. I'm going to put it on my block. And we're going to stamp these mugs. I want to make sure that I get it round. So when you've got something that's flexible like this, if you'll just lay it face down on your tabletop and then pick it up with the block, it'll be the shape it's supposed to be. All right, and we're going to stamp this in Lost Lagoon. So let me get my Lost Lagoon out. Okay. I'm going to ink this up good because I haven't used it today. All right. So the first one, I'm going to stamp off just a little bit and put it right up here. And you know what I didn't do? Let me get it out. This is, these are the clear photopolymer stamps, and I always recommend that you use a mat under them, a foam mat, just to add that little bit of cushion. All right, and so this one, we're going to go more in the middle, and we're going to stamp it right. Whoops, looks like I touched down, so I guess I'll put it there. I didn't mean to touch down, but I did. And then this one is going to go off the bottom a little bit. Just a little bit. We'll move it back over here. There we go. All right, we've got our 3 mugs. Let me clean my stamp. Oh, you know what? Before I do that, I want to go on and stamp the inside. So I did the inside the same as the outside. So I want to re-ink that and stamp my mug right down here. All right, now I'm going to clean my stamp. Put it back over here. And now we need the inside. So I chose, you have 2 options. You have the heart and you have this flowery pattern. I don't know if you can see those. Probably not. But I chose the heart. So I'm going to put it on. And we're going to do that in Early Espresso. Oh, no. No, for this card was done in Early Espresso. But I wanted to show you that by just changing your color a little bit, we're going to use pecan pie. And let's see if it doesn't look more like hot chocolate. Because not everybody are coffee drinkers. I know that. I am, but I have a good friend who's not. So let's see if we can make this look more like hot chocolate. We'll do this one inside. Looky there. That looks more like hot chocolate to me. All right. You could even go lighter. You could go with your crumb cake or the new basic beige. There's a new color coming out, basic beige. I'll put that one there. Oh, I think it looks more like hot chocolate. We're going to put this one here. And we're going to put this one here. Now, to fill that in a little bit, I'm going to use my pecan pie. I'm going to use my pecan pie. Oh, that's not pecan pie. Let me find my pecan pie. All right. It must be in here. Yeah. I've got my Stampin' Blends. And sometimes I'll use those just because I like them. All right, so I'm going to go right around the edge of this. And you could use your, I use my Stampin' Right marker, but you could use your Stampin' Blend. I'm going to go right around the edge. So I'm going to get right up against the edge of my, and fill that in a little bit. And if you use the Early Espresso, then you'd use your Early Espresso Stampin' Blend or Stampin' Right marker. So we're just filling that in. you could use something darker, something lighter. It wouldn't matter. Oh, I'm getting it closer to me, but out of the picture a little bit. So let me scoot up. And you know, I just don't want to get it outside that line for the mug. And I could have colored the mug first. So that's what makes this card. It looks simple. And it's easy to do. It just takes a little bit of time because there's a good bit of coloring on this one. Coloring in your mugs. But I like to do that. So okay. We're getting this done. Just keep turning it. All right, got that one done. We need to get this one done. I like my Stampin' Right markers. They're more compact. They're less expensive. They are water-based as opposed to alcohol-based. Your Stampin' blends are alcohol-based. And so because of that, they blend a little better than this. But for some things, to me, these just work better. All right. I've got all those done. I am going to use my the light Lost Lagoon to color in my mug. I'm going to close this up before I set my arm in it. All right. And of course, you can make your mugs any color. If you don't have certain colors, then make it a different color. It's no big deal. All right. I'm going to get this inside done. Might as well get all of it done at the same time, right? I'll move that out. Oh, I need to do the handle. And I am going to bring in, just since it is my blends, and I have a choice, dark and light, I'm going to bring in the darker one to do the inside here. And I may just do a little bit of the lines here. There we go. Okay. Let me take a look. Okay. We're going to get this one colored in. You know, if you're cutting them out, what did I do? I always get stuff. It's amazing. My fingers get so inky. I don't know what it is. I always get ink. So I have to find a way to cover stuff up. But there's lots of ways to cover up your mistakes. If you've watched me much at all, you know I make mistakes. I get ink on my paper, and I have to cover it up. Sometimes I think I should have called myself Inky Fingers instead of Stampin' Dee Dee. inky fingers would have sure been a better there. All right, let me grab my... That's probably where it came from. I get so focused on what I'm doing. If I leave anything laying out, anything, any ink open, I'm going to get in it. I promise I'll get in. I'm worse than any kid. All right. Let me get the handle here. And finish this. We're almost there. Finish this. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to put them in the comments. I look up every now and then. I try to remember to look up and look at my comments. So don't hesitate to ask. All right, we're going to put dark here just to give it a little depth. And we're going to come along here where the hash marks are. Those just kind of show you where you can add some depth. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to cover up my inky place here in a minute. Okay, add some depth here and here, and that's it. Right, we're through with those. And we've got our inside partly done. Now we're going to add the spoon. So and the spoon we're going to do in pebble, we're going to do it in smoky slate. So put my smoky slate here and see if I can stay out of it. Okay, I'll add, start up here and add a spoon here. Come right in there and add a spoon. And you know, because of what I did over here, I'm going to add a spoon here. I add a spoon right there. And that'll cover up my blotch. And I'm going to add a spoon. You can do your spoon anyway. I'll add a spoon right there. Now, part of that's going to get covered up. So, oh, and I need to add a spoon to the inside. Let's see how I did it. I just did one. So let's get a spoon added here. I think I'll add it right here. All right, done with the spoons. Put that stamp back, and now I'm going to color my spoons in. Put my ink away. Get my smoky slate. Stampin' blend. This is the light, and we're just going to come along here and color that spoon in a little bit. Okay. Got that one done. And now for the front. This is where we're going to cover up my mess. Right here. There's my ink blots. Just cover them up with a spoon. No one will ever know that I had ink on my fingers and made a mess. It's a wonderful thing about card making. It's so easy to cover up your messes. So you add a ribbon, you add a gem, you add some ink, you stamp a flower over it. Whatever it takes, right? Whatever it takes. All right, I'm also going to use my Stampin' Right marker on the inside and just add a few dots just to give it a little interest. And I do it in threes. You may not even be able to see this. Can you see the dots that I added? So, you know, it adds just a little bit of interest. All right, maybe one more right here. Okay. So we're done with our inside. And we're going to put that there and call that done. Now, you could add dots here too. I didn't. And I'm fine with it the way it is. All right, so here we go. Now, this is a trick that I'm going to add this piece first. So let's add this piece. Let me get my silicone sheet. Okay. Okay, I think I've got enough on there. I'm just going to add this right here and leave a really small edge there, top and bottom. Okay. Now, the next thing I have is a piece of the Designer Series paper. Doesn't matter, 5 1/4 by 1 3/4. And I have another piece of the pecan pie, which is 5 1/4 by 1 1/4. So in order to give this a little separation, I'm going to add this piece right under it. So right along the edge of this piece, I'm going to put adhesive. And I'm going to leave the same amount of edge that I left over here, or try to. Try to make it as consistent as possible. All right, before I put it on my card front, I'm going to use my blending brush. Well, no, we're going to do this first. We're going to do the sentiment. So the sentiment is going to go right here, and I'm using Birthday Wishes. So I want to emboss that. So I've got my Versamark. I've got my embossing buddy. And I've got my white embossing powder. So the first thing I'm going to do after I get the Versamark ink off my fingers, the first thing I'm going to do is go over the bottom of this with my embossing buddy so that random pieces of the embossing powder do not stick. And then I'm going to put line it up so I can get it straight. Put my Birthday Wishes. With the Versamark ink, and then I'm going to use a little bit of embossing powder, and I'm using the white. Put it over it, and there it is. Birthday Wishes. We've got a trick that we're going to use. We've got white on white, but I've got a trick that we're going to use. Let me put my embossing powder away. Grab my gun. It's going to be just a little bit noisy. Look at this stuff. You'll see it begin to change. The magic happens. There we go. Make sure it's all fully embossed. I think it is. Let me look. Yes, when it's all shiny, then you know you've got it. Now, let me cover up my embossing ink, my Versamark. Get my blending brush. This is my brown blending brush. Open my ink back up, and I'm just going to go over this lightly. And what this is going to do is just highlight my sentiment. Now, I'm going to get my rag. I think I told you I used my husband's old t-shirts and cut them up. And I keep them in here. So, birthday wishes. That makes the sentiment show up a little more. Now, I could go a little bit darker, probably. Let me see what that does. You want to wipe across the embossing because it'll take the ink off of the top of the embossing. So the more you use it, the more it shows up. Birthday wishes. All right. Put that aside. Now we're ready to put this on our card base. Card front. And it is going to go right here, snug against the top and the bottom. Well, no, against the white. But leaving the same little border. And because we had this strip here, it looks like there's card base in between the two. All right, let me get my adhesive on the back. Here we go. So we want it even with the white. We want to leave the same amount of border on this side. And there we have it. We've got it on. Our birthday wishes. Now, all we need to do is add our gems. And put the inside in. But we're going to use the darker. Get my take a pick tool. And I'm going to, on this one, I wasn't careful here to put it on the white. But I'm going to make sure that I put them on the white so that they show up. I want them to show up. So I'm going to put it there. I'm just trying to kind of highlight my sentiment. There we go. All right. Now, put the inside in, and we have got our card done. Here we go. Oh, I got a little bit of ink there. You know what that means. I don't think it's that noticeable, but I could cover it up. I sure could. I could use some blotches. All right, there we go. We have our card. Looks, it's a little more detail work than it looks like, but we've got our hot chocolate here instead of the coffee look. You see the difference? So depending on what you are, if you're a coffee lover or you're sending it to somebody who's a coffee lover, then you'd use this. If not, you might choose to use this. So there we have the fourth card to our monthly stamp club. I'm going to put that right there with it. And line these others up. There we go. There is April's monthly stamp club. So for $35, you get these 8 kits times 2, 8 kits. You get the tutorial, you get the designer series paper, and you get the gems. All of that for $35. And then if you choose, now if you need to have it mailed to you, if you're not local and can't pick it up, then it will be $8.50 for priority mail. So that that makes it available to anybody that wants to participate. So I hope you will. If you decide you want the bundle, let me know. You'll need to get the money to me by the 10th of the month. The 10th of the month is the deadline for the monthly stamp club. So you'll need to get your money to me for the club and for the bundle if you choose to order the bundle through me. And if you do, you get the shipping and the tax free. So what a great time to invest in this Latte Love bundle and get some cards to go with it. And if you're local and you want to come to the class on the 13th, you'll get even more cards and you'll get to use some of this hands-on. So if you didn't purchase the bundle and you want to come and use mine that day, then you can do that. All right. Thank you so much for being here. I hope I've sparked some interest for you in the Latte Love bundle. And I'm looking to see why this isn't. Okay. All right. So have a great weekend. Kay, thank you for being here. And we'll catch you later. Blessings. Bye-bye.